36 laps then here at Zandvoort. 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. A good start from the front two and already dicing already. Swapping places going towards turn 1. Piastri to the inside. West swoops to the outside but will have to go deep. He goes very, very deep. Piastri cuts on the inside, but the two battling out right away, going in towards turn 4. And now Verstappen's also having a sniff up the inside. West gets the traction. A brilliant underlap from West. And now he takes the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix. Look at Verstappen in behind as well, looking to try as we come all the way up through the corners. And still trying now. West is looking to try and pull away and take the lead of the championship off Max Verstappen today. Well, lap 1 then, a brilliant start from West. Piastri in behind, Verstappen's in there as well, and well, the home hero hopefully can try and make up some positions today and we can have a proper fight at the front. Here we are then, through towards the final sector now. West goes very deep, going into the long left-hander. Piastri's going to have a run all the way towards the final corner. Piastri to the outside. West and Piastri make contact again. The two banging wheels all the way through the banking of the last corner. And now Piastri and West side by side going towards turn number 1 on the racetrack. Here comes Verstappen looking to the inside. The crowd for the approval. West goes very, very deep again. Piastri can't quite keep it though, and he does eventually win out and win the place back again. Verstappen and Norris going at it, and well, Verstappen once again action all up and down the track. But your order then after the first lap of the Grand Prix: Piastri, West, Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Ocon, Russell, Behrman, Gasly and Albon. And well, we've got plenty more racing still to come this afternoon. Here's the home hero, Max Verstappen then, as we come up towards the long sweeping corner of turn 10. Keep it nice and tight on the inside. Put all the power you can down. And DRS now open. Will West maybe have a look towards... I think he's having trouble actually opening and closing that DRS. Just ever so slightly. And well, if we're right on board with Verstappen, you can see getting ever closer. Now Piastri under pressure from the Ferrari behind. Coming off the banking, and well, Piastri's got a nice healthy gap, you might say, as we come into turn 1. Here comes West and Verstappen, the two championship leaders going at it again. Here they are side by side. Verstappen last the late breakers. West wins out once again. Perfect getaway there from West, and Verstappen and Norris still side by side, and Verstappen wins that one out. Well, the man who has won the last few races, Lewis Hamilton, a run that stretches all the way back to Silverstone. Has now been brought back into the championship hunt. Of course, Piastri and Hamilton neck and neck on points in the championship. Currently 3rd and 4th, 203 each. And Verstappen and West, a point separates them going into the championship. And we are seeing rain falling. This is interesting. Rain is now falling as we come into their second sector. West to the inside on Piastri. That was brave and that was brilliant. Down the inside. And well, West gets the move done. And now we'll have the lead. He's got to try and build a gap. You can see the rain starting to come down here. We're right by the North Sea. And so you do get a battering. It is like the UK here. If you do live in the UK, weather's very, very similar. Piastri to the outside. Verstappen's going to also try it around the outside too. West last the late breakers again. He's loved them being late on the brakes. Verstappen's going to go through on the inside. And well, it's going to roar the approval of the Dutch crowd. Piastri drops down to 3rd, but West is up again. And well, oh, it's tight. He's going to have to go very, very deep. Verstappen on the hard tyre. So, well, he's going to get off. If he does have to pit for intermediates, of course, he will get off that slightly less grippy tyre. It's kind of going to work into the McLaren and the Red Bull's hands here. Hamilton behind as well, also on the hard tyres. But Verstappen, well, easing his way into the race ever so slowly. The West in front then, now a second the gap, and I think he will have broken DRS here, West, so he can now try and put the power down. Yes, he has. Verstappen now will be under pressure from Oscar Piastri coming into turn number 11 on the racetrack. The right-hander, then the left-hander, a long sweeping turn 12. And well, the last sector is going to be a skating rink. If no one's careful here, who's going to bite first for the Inters? Will West bite? Because you can see that banking is almost like puddles starting to form. West doesn't pit, Verstappen does pit. So now we're going to have a bit of a mix of strategies. You can see the rain is starting to come down. Norris is going to stay out at the same time, but Verstappen pits into his pit box. Oh, is he going to be held up? He's going to be held up massively. Piastri's going to get back through. Hamilton's going to get through as well. Disaster for Max Verstappen in the pit box. Then every team double stacking, deciding to pit, but up the front then, the runners who haven't pitted, they're going to stay an extra lap. Pierce, Alonso, Lawson, Antonelli, Behrman, Norris, and crucially West as well, who's looking for a race lead. And well, we'll see how this is playing out. I think, and yeah, he's got no grip. You can see it on the car, no grip at all. How's Norris faring? West is really, really struggling out there. And well, Norris, I think, is faring better. And look at, he's down to a crawl. Lando's down to a crawl here. And well, you can see the rain light. The race has been now declared wet. And well, you might be able to look down the order. I'm going to be right, I'm sure. Look at him. He's sliding all over the place. It's a race. It's an ice skating rink out there here at Zandvoort. It's not quite as cold yet out in the Netherlands as we come around the final corner. West, you can see fighting it, and snap on the exit as well for good measure. And well, he boxes. Now, is this extra lap that West has done to stay out on these medium tyres been enough? Norris into the box as well. West is clear. Slow stop from the McLaren boys. And well, he's fallen behind Ollie Behrman, who also pits. False alarm. But intermediates for West. Here comes Oscar Piastri battling with Lewis Hamilton, coming down towards turn number 1. It's going to be free wide on the exit. Who's going to get the place? It's going to be Piastri. And well, West has dropped right all the way down into second place. And now he's going to hold up Lewis Hamilton a little bit. He's going to let him through, take the high line, and maybe try and get the exit on Verstappen. He does, battling and barging his way through. And West, well, an excellent bit of strategy there from Ferrari. Now, how long is this rain going to last? That is the million-dollar question, I think, on all these teams' minds at the minute. Who bites? Well, who goes back to the dry tyre when the time comes? You can really see the rain is still coming down. Of course, Zandvoort is right by the coast here. It borders pretty much the North Sea. And we're very close to Amsterdam as well. You can fly into Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. You can actually see Zandvoort on the approach as well. It's my aviation knowledge for you there. It is an absolutely beautiful area to be in, and especially for a racetrack as well. And well, all the fans, they all come on bicycles, public transport. They don't bring their cars for a big motor race like this. It's a well, Verstappen in the background, putting West under pressure. West pushes him all the way to the wall. The fans won't like that, but West holds out and, well, defends Verstappen very, very effectively. There's joy all up and down the paddock at this battle. Verstappen's going to try the inside again. Look at him, so close on the back of West. And, well, rain still coming down here. Zandvoort, these tight and twisty corners, and well, you can see West and Hamilton getting very close for comfort. The two Ferraris are probably loving this weather. Well, West doesn't like wet weather conditions. Hamilton, though, thrives, and he's looking for his 4th win in a row, but Oscar Piastri might be the man to stop him today. Well, Piastri, hit West to the post on the last corner in the Hungaroring a couple of weeks ago. And well, this is one of the last 2 European rounds before we head off and go to the flyaway races. Kicking off with Singapore, the night race in the incredible city streets. And well, West going very high. I think he's lost a bit of traction. Verstappen sliding on the exit as well. It's going to be a drag race all the way to turn 1. Here comes Max Verstappen to the inside. West going late on the brakes again. And well, Verstappen will try and force it back under once more. And I'll tell you what, West in the background, you can see Norris and Gasly going at it. And well, George Russell as well, after a fantastic podium in Silverstone a few races ago. As well, he's looking to get back Mercedes back into the championship hunt, but well, I think with Mercedes it might be 4-4 better this year. Might be a bit of a challenge. Toto Wolff and his 2 Silver Arrows. Well, Verstappen now really close on the back of West. You can see him here. And well, Verstappen still going. You can see West sliding under the pressure. No DRS, of course, so whatever it is, it's going to be down to just your car, your overtaking ability, how you're doing in the wet. And well, it's become a bit processional now. Everything's started to fall into balance, fall into place. And well, on lap 8 of the Dutch Grand Prix then, Max Verstappen then sits in 4th position. Your championship leader with 235 points to West 234. Here comes Verstappen all the way to the inside again. West is late on the brakes once more. He's really trying to position his car well. And well, in the meantime, this is playing right into the favour of Oscar Piastri, who's streaked away pretty much. Verstappen's going to make a dive. Not quite to be. But on these wet weather tyres, the intermediates, sorry, it's all to play for. The second time we've seen the intermediates this season. Actually, it's been a few surprises. We saw them in Silverstone when Hamilton and West played a blinder of a strategy with Ferrari to the P1 and P2. And well, a quarter of the way through the race, and well, it is raining here at Zandvoort, and we have a safety car. I believe Fernando Alonso's parked up, and I think this is on the exit of turn number 3. It's a virtual safety car, which means we've got to bring the pace down 40% of your normal racing speed. And well, this will play maybe into the hands if you want to make a switch onto dry tyres maybe. And West is really trying to hassle Lewis Hamilton just a little bit on the back. You'll have to slow down. That delta time will need to go down. Well, we'll see now. Are we still at VSC speed? Oh my word, he's getting so close to the back of Lewis Hamilton. And well, we can see, is the VSC going to end anytime soon? Because, and we have green again. And West is looking now to put the pressure on Lewis Hamilton right round the outside of the 7-time world champion. And well, that was timed to perfection from West. And I think a certain Mr. Verstappen will be on the radio trying to get a penalty for West here. Of course, don't miss next time out. We've got the Italian Grand Prix at Monza to come. And these two will be having their first races in Ferrari colours in front of their beloved Tifosi at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. A temple of speed, the highest, the fastest lap speed ever in Formula 1. Set by Max Verstappen last year. Well, who will this year triumph in this era of regulations? Lewis Hamilton now is backed Max Verstappen right up. You can see the rain starting to let up a bit actually. Will it be time soon, maybe, for a change of tyres? For Piastri though is loving life up the front. And so is West too. He's pulled out 2.3 seconds already. Hamilton and Verstappen putting each other under pressure. Well, the risk of a safety car, full safety car even today, is very, very high. We're surprised that they brought out the VSC in the first place, but a full safety car would really throw the strategies of these teams and these drivers into a bit of disarray. We need to keep an eye on those for well, will we see maybe Verstappen making a move past Lewis Hamilton up the field? Well, round we go. Once again, up towards through turns 9 and 10 now. Blitzing all the way around. Lewis Hamilton can see in his mirrors a very familiar sight of the last 5 years here in Formula 1 for Lewis Hamilton, of Max Verstappen in his mirrors. And always putting on the pressure, and well, 9 times out of 10 it was always resulted in a Max Verstappen overtake with his aggression, his ability and his fantastic driving talent. Here comes Verstappen. We come off the last corner, off the banking, and now up towards turn 1 we go in the slipstream. And well, West is pitting. West pits, and I think this is for dries. Is it too soon? I think it might be a bit too soon for dry tyres. This is a very, very risky strategy from the Ferrari team. Are we going to get any gains? I don't think we're going to get any gains here. Well, we will see. Is it going to come out of the pit lane in front of Jack Doohan? I think he's lost a bit of traction. And well, it's slot right into the middle of the pack. Cuts off Carlos Sainz. And well, that was a risk. That was a big, big risk. But you can see the rain has now stopped. And well, we might, and you can see in the background is the local surrounding area of Zandvoort, bringing the party, the Formula 1 party to them. We've been here since 2021, of course. And Verstappen won 3 times here. Lando Norris last year winning the first drive to win the Dutch Grand Prix in a long, long time. Now, is it time for Piastri to follow? Is this going to be an interesting undercut, or will West? No, it's going to be staying out for Oscar Piastri. Try and go as long as we can on these intermediate tyres. Burn some of the rubber, burn some of the tread. There are cases, and especially on, I think if you remember the Turkish Grand Prix 2021, where it basically turned into a slick, and the drivers lasted most of the race on just one intermediate tyre. And well, Piastri, I think, is loving life out there. But Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell and Norris battling out for P2. And well, these drivers are absolutely loving life, I think, up at the top here. Great battle for the podium places. And I think if Hamilton is to stay as it was today, Verstappen would, of course, extend his championship lead. If West stayed down in 14th, if this strategy didn't work out, then it would be a huge, huge shame, of course. But well, Hamilton and Verstappen would gain some big championship points, and Oscar Piastri as well would be throwing himself right into the mix for the world title this year. Well, Lando Norris is a bit far away off the front 4 now, 43 points. And here we go then. Piastri pits for medium tyres. Slow stop on the McLaren. That's going to help him. Hamilton's in now for Ferrari. And now looking to see Verstappen. Russell's in as well. And there's going to be a slow stop for the release. Verstappen comes up behind Hamilton now. And well, a bit of luck on his side. But Ollie Behrman is going to become the first. Oh, and West has gone straight through. There's Piastri. You can see him in the back, in the foreground there. But Ollie Behrman's going to stay out another lap, and he will become, well, another rookie to lead a Formula 1 Grand Prix for the first time in his career. And well, West now has a 3.7 second gap to Oscar Piastri on hard tyres, so he will have to go a bit way into the race, but it will mean he'll have the faster medium or soft tyre towards the end of the race. He's used all his compounds that he needs to use. And well, for a second stop of the day, that's not too bad for West. And well, Oscar Piastri now will be under pressure. Well, surely for Ollie Behrman, it'll be time.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. There's still a long way to go, though.
Well, There's a bit of radio chatter in the background there. I don't know how it's picked up in the feed. But Ollie Behrman will surely now have to pit because, well, he can't stay on these intermediate tyres forever. And, well, yes, he does. Here we go. Ollie Behrman is the pits. And, well, I think he'll lead a lap. He will lead a lap. There we go. And, well, Oliver Behrman comes into the pits for medium tyres. This is a wet pit box that doused of rain, and well, you can see Verstappen and Hamilton going at it again. The two title rivals in 2021 and maybe in 2025 as well, going at it once again. This could be a really, really exciting championship fight going into these last 9 rounds of this Formula 1 season. And you'll be able to catch it all here on Westie TV. You'll be able to watch all the races live. We've got 100% of Las Vegas coming up in December, and then we've also got 100% in Abu Dhabi, the final race. You're not going to want to miss those. And well, excitement. Well, we will have to see what goes on, but I believe DRS might be back online now. So will we start to see some overtakes taking place up and down the field? George Russell's dropped quite far back off this leading pack, and well, the last podium place, well, Max Verstappen now getting ever closer to the back of Lewis Hamilton. Here he comes. Hamilton defends the inside, Verstappen looks to the outside, but it's not quite to be this time. Oh well, Max Verstappen, well, that Red Bull hasn't been as fast in the recent races, but he's really hoped he could try and bring it maybe today. 20 laps to go here in the Dutch Grand Prix, so there's plenty of time still. The safety car could really throw things into the mix. Maybe help out a couple of these drivers. In the next few laps, we'll have to see. But, well, Weston Piastri still 3.5 seconds of the gap. Piastri, of course, he won in Monaco this year. He's been absolutely excellent. One in Imola, one in Monaco, and then second in Hungary as well. Some fantastic points last time out, but these drivers, these three, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, and Norris really needs to pick up form in the next few races. If he wants to be world champion for the very first time, he's got to really pick it up. And now Max Verstappen, the 4-time world champion, looking for a 5th, will try and go down the inside of the 7-time world champion, not close enough this time. And well, Max is, well, they're not too keen on making the move. The straight at Zandvoort isn't really that long, the main straight, but finding a gap and finding the right move is absolutely key. We'll have a look down the field and look at Albon and Tsunoda, sorry, battling it out. And well, Yuki Tsunoda, he's not had the best of seasons so far. Fantastic result in Hungary, but with 8 points in 6th, so there wasn't quite to be. Well, a lot of people now starting to consider he's dropped off form quite a bit, and well, will we see a bit of a late stage Yuki Tsunoda comeback in the championship? Well, Alex Albon will be now under pressure from Yuki Tsunoda. Look at Tsunoda trying to maybe have a look and getting ever closer. Not quite close enough this time as we come through turns 11 and 12 on the racetrack. And well, you can only just see orange in the stands, which I think is fantastic for Max Verstappen on his home race. Of course, we leave Zandvoort in 2026, the last race here, and I'm sure Verstappen would love to win one more before we do leave this incredible venue. But Max Verstappen then putting Lewis Hamilton under a lot of pressure here to try and maybe get past and back on the podium. Norris in the background as well is, well, similar gap to Verstappen to Hamilton, but still trying. Let's check in on our race leader, Oscar Piastri. And well, he's running his own race. He's enjoying himself, I think, up the front. And well, Oscar Piastri is, I think, enjoying his Sunday afternoon on the Dutch coast. Well, let's have a look then. Towards the final corners we go. Hamilton will be under pressure from Max Verstappen. Let's have a look at the gap as we come off the banking. Hamilton, of course, never won here in Formula 1. And well, defends the inside. Hamilton and Verstappen going at it and really trying to. Verstappen on the outside of Lewis Hamilton, trying on the traction on the outside. A brilliant move from Max Verstappen, and he takes third position in the Dutch Grand Prix, and that will be a very, very big crowd pleaser here at Zandvoort this afternoon. And well, now it puts him under pressure from Lando Norris as well. Lewis Hamilton, well, has the magic form worn off a bit? Remember, he's won the last 3 races here in this 2025 season. I'm sure it won't be his last. We've got plenty and plenty to do as we come through the next few races. And well, I'm sure he'd love a win next time out at Monza. I'm sure West would as well. What an introduction to the Tifosi that would be for both drivers. Well, across the line we go, and with 16 laps left then, it's looking like Max Verstappen might have third place in the bag, and well, we will have to stop again if you're a medium runner. If you're a hard runner, you might be able to take it to the end, but well, this is all to play for. With so many drivers, and Piastri in itself will need to stop again, remember. Here we are then, lap 20 of the Dutch Grand Prix. Then your top 10 so far: Piastri, West, Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris, Russell, Gasly, Tsunoda, Albon and Ocon. If it was to stay like this today, well, West would lead the World Championship going into Monza. Lewis Hamilton would jump. Well, Oscar Piastri would stay ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the championship as well. And well, would eat a bit more into Max Verstappen's and West's gap at the top, which would be incredibly exciting as we go and leave Europe. And now Lewis Hamilton looking towards the inside on Max Verstappen. Not quite there, not quite enough for the Brit. 7-time world champion is, well, I think really enjoyed the past few rounds in Silverstone, Belgium and Hungary. Well, the excitement. Well, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And why don't you comment your choice for world champion this year in this 2025 season? Will it be Piastri? Will it be West? Will it be Verstappen? Will it be Hamilton? Or will it be maybe Norris? Or even maybe George Russell? You never know. This championship is wide open still. Anything could happen. Anything exciting could happen. And well, maybe in Abu Dhabi we will find out a winner in mid-December before Christmas. We will see. Lewis Hamilton is well, he's dropped back quite a bit off Max Verstappen's tail, and now Lando Norris will be right on the back of the Scarlet Ferrari, potentially coming towards turn 1. It's not quite to be, and well, Hamilton just about ducks out of the move. And Lando Norris is getting ever closer. Well, let's run on board with Lando for a bit then. We come up towards the hairpin, then we'll run through the track in just a little bit. With turn 3 up towards turn 4, the right-hander, and well, Lando is really getting close to Lewis Hamilton here. Up the hill, and then back down the hill. You want to carry as much speed as you can. 6th gear all the way to the outside, use a bit of a curve, flip the inside again, and then a long right-hander. And well, sometimes you can get a bit of an overtake up here if you're sneaky enough. But Lando Norris is trying to set up something here on the exit of turn 10. DRS open, and well, Lando Norris will get ever closer to Lewis Hamilton, but not quite to be for the young Brit. Around the final corners we go. Onto the banking. And well, Lando Norris will ride on board again as he tries to take on Lewis Hamilton. Norris out of DRS range. Here comes Lando Norris to the inside. He's being pushed all the way to the wall by Lewis Hamilton. And well, holding the outside where Norris will have the traction potentially. And well, Hamilton forces Norris out. A good bit of defence from the 7-time world champion. And well, Norris, well, he's getting closer, isn't he? He's getting closer and closer and closer. And ever so slightly. He is going to maybe get back in this championship hunt if he can get past Hamilton today. It'd be a really big, it's a big ask to get back into a championship hunt when you're 73 points behind with 9 races to go this season. Well, he did it last year. He got close to Max Verstappen last year. He nearly took it all the way to Abu Dhabi, but it wasn't quite to be. And then Verstappen did win the World Championship in Las Vegas. But he is getting closer again. Lando Norris on the back of Lewis Hamilton once more. Where's he going to go this time? Push towards the wall. Here comes Lewis Hamilton to defend the inside. And well, Norris has a nose up the inside, but it's not quite to be again. It's the similar scenario. And well, Norris once again is stuck behind Hamilton. And well, this is going to become a bit of a defensive drive, I think, now for maybe for Lewis. And well, Verstappen, in the meantime, is focusing on what's ahead. And well, that's his championship rival, is West up ahead, and Piastri as well in the mix, maybe too. If he wins today, he'll go up to 228 points in the World Championship, and well, he eat a bit more, 7 more points into West and Verstappen's tallies. Big points at this stage of the season as well. Well, Oscar Piastri still going around for lap 25 of the race. Max Verstappen still going too, and boxing. Interesting. And so does Lando Norris. So, are we going to have then some pit stops, another set of mediums, and hards for Lando Norris? Let's see the Red Bull pit stop though for Max Verstappen. It's good from them. Norris, slow left front. That's going to hurt him. That's going to hurt him dear. And well, Max Verstappen will be delighted with that. So, no more threat from Lando Norris behind. And well, we can now see West maybe making the most of the longevity of these hard tyres. Will he box though? This is the $1 million question maybe for West. DRS open all the way down the backstretch, and well, West is very dry. It looks like we're having an excursion in the gravel somewhere. The black body of the Ferrari is right on the bottom of the chassis, is really kind of telling. And well, Piastri and West still going and still having maybe thoughts to try and get into the lead of the race. West will be ecstatic if he could get a win. He's not won for a long time here in Formula One. It will be since Miami that he has not won a race. And well, West and Piastri still going at it, and well, still trying to maybe find a way past. West to the inside. Oscar Piastri is tight. I think they made contact. And well, West still going at it. Piastri trying to fight it. To the outside goes West. Piastri, though, will try and maybe hold out as we come towards turn number 12 on the racetrack again. Here we go. To the inside. West tries and has a think about it. It's not quite to be. But, and now, I think Tsunoda's DNF'd. And this, I think, is this another safety car? I'm not sure. Yellow flags out, so West can't overtake, and there we go. There it is. I think we have Oh, I need to see, where is it? Virtual safety car again. So, free pit stop for West and Piastri. They're not going to be hurt by this. Softs for Oscar Piastri. West going on to the soft tyre too. Who's going to be quicker? Piastri's out quick. And West, it was a slow stop from him as well. But Lewis Hamilton's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix at this rate. But he will have, well, slightly worn medium tyres. I'm surprised some of the front runners are not taking this as seriously as they could. Russell, can he get to the pit exit line before Piastri? That's the million-dollar question. And I don't think he... Yes, he does. Russell does get ahead of Piastri. So, and Verstappen, I think, is also... Something's happened with Max Verstappen. What's going on here? We'll have to try and work this out. But Lewis Hamilton... Did Verstappen pit on the last... Oh, he did pit on the last lap. That's true. So Max Verstappen's lost out massively because of this virtual safety car. And well, we're back to racing speed again. And West will now, on the soft tyres, he's got them warm a bit, will try to put some pressure on Oscar Piastri again, who has the net race lead. Lewis Hamilton up ahead up the top. Just has to hold on 9 more laps then. Or 8.5 if you want to be exact. Here comes Piastri. Russell's on the back again. Still trying once more. And well, this will be a very, very simple move if West can get it done. 2 in 1 maybe. And well, round the final corner we go. Piastri, Russell ducks into the pits. So does Lewis Hamilton as well. And well, West and Piastri, well, it's going to be a race to get out. Russell does get into the box. Hamilton goes out and well, he will fall behind Max Verstappen now. But he will be on fresh, soft tyres. So, qualifying laps made for Lewis Hamilton. Norris gets ahead of Lewis as well. So, maybe this has been a bit of a blessing in disguise for McLaren. And well, West and Piastri will battle it out for the race lead. 8 laps to go then of the Dutch Grand Prix. Here at Zandvoort. West using all the track he can get available, and well, we'll be looking to the outside. 2 cars, 2 of the fastest on the grid, on the fastest tyre, battling it out for the World Championship. Here we go. West to the outside, gets the move done. He dummied him. Brilliant move from West. What a fantastic move. And well, that's a fantastic move to take the race lead. And well, this might be his day to maybe take the World Championship lead too. It might not be enough though. It's going to be slow off the rear of the final corner. And well, Piastri gets back past him again. A clever move from Oscar Piastri, and that's exactly what you want to see when you're a driver. A bit of fight back. And well, we have had it all. Typical weather on the North Sea. West being pushed towards the outside and being pushed all the way. And now he's out and through. 2 brilliant moves. Well, 3 brilliant moves. And now Oscar Piastri will be still fighting this all the way around this track. And well, losing a bit of time and squirming a bit. Still going rounds. And well, can Piastri still keep in contention? Well, these are the fastest cars on the grid. These are battling out for the top spot of the podium. West last the late breakers. Piastri's going to sneak down the inside and get the move done. The 2 of them, they touch just on the exit. But now to the final 2 corners we go. West will have DRS again as we come all the way around the last corner. And well, West will be putting his foot all the way to the floor. West and Piastri forcing themselves all the way to the pit wall now. And the 2 of them is going to be last in the late breakers again. West goes deep. Piastri's going to have to undercut him. And well, what a brilliant, brilliant move that is. And this is going to be exciting. I don't think we can move away from these 2. And well, West and Piastri. Oh, Hamilton back past Norris up the top. And now the 2 of them side by side all the way through. Not quite to be. The 2 of them. Oh, and West went wide. He went very, very wide. And well, that's going to dirt up his tyres a bit. That might be it. That might be over for his opportunity. It was a huge, huge wide moment. Got on the grass a little bit and snapped with oversteer. And well, West and Piastri still within 1 second of each other. It's still all to play for. And well, West trying to get out of the toe of Piastri now. Here he comes over towards the line. And well, towards turn 1 we go. West will try the outside line again and try and cut back on the exit. Amazing racing between Ferrari and McLaren again. It's just like the olden days. West tries to undercut and gets a brilliant bit of traction with the soft tyres. And Piastri falls to the sword again, but he won't stop fighting. Here comes Piastri once more. That battery flashing on the back of West's car. He's empty. He's all out. And now, as we really keep trying, Piastri and West still going at it. 6.4 behind is Max Verstappen to this battle. So, will we see potentially Verstappen coming onto the back of this? Verstappen and Hamilton, of course. Well, 6 seconds between them two, so this podium could be quite tight. But remember, these two have been battling it all since the virtual safety car from Yuki Tsunoda. Well, the two of them, Piastri almost looking towards the inside. He has to pull out, and now he's back again. Here comes Oscar Piastri to the outside of the Scarlet Ferrari. Not quite to be. And well, West goes wide. Oh, that's going to be a bit messy. And well, Piastri does go through. Verstappen, though, is licking his lips at this. The Dutch crowd know as well and are urging him on. But these two battling is just costing themselves time. And well, side by side up through the sweeping corners, down towards the right-hander. And well, Piastri just about keeps it out again. So close between the two of them. And well, Verstappen is starting to put his foot down. 4.3 seconds the gap now. Lap 32 of the Grand Prix. The line, we're going to have 4 laps remaining. And well, Oscar Piastri leads the Grand Prix, leads the Dutch Grand Prix by 3 tenths to West. This battle is raging on and will continue to rage on all the way to the checkered flag. Here we go. West, round the final corners we go, and DRS will now open on the banking. And well, he'll try and pull right into the slipstream of Oscar Piastri, right all the way to see how far he can get close as he can. Piastri holds out the gap, and well, Piastri will once again continue forwards and onwards. Well, West still going, still trying, and well, here he comes. Here comes West, side by side again. Oscar Piastri ended in tears nearly last time, but it's not going to end in tears here. West to the inside, coming down the right-hander, forces his way past, barges his way through, and well, they're still side by side. Piastri holds out. Brilliant racing between the Australian and the Brit. And well, Ferrari will be loving this. Absolutely loving this. Driver fighting for the win. And well, maybe it's going to get a bit more serious in the next few laps. Piastri still leading then. As we're coming towards the end of lap 33. 3 to go at the line. And you can now see Max Verstappen starting to loom. Here he is. DRS open then. Round the final corner we go. Full power, pedal to the metal, all the way down the straight. Maybe having a look into turn 1. Is he close enough this time? West tries one less speculative. And well, Piastri trying to slam the door, but he's a bit too late. The two of them swap positions again. And well, now 3 laps to go. West goes deep and goes up high up on the banking. Very, very high up on the banking. Side by side once more. But is this going to be enough? I don't think it will be enough for West today. And well, will Max Verstappen just about catch up towards the end? Down the inside once more. No contact between the two of them. And West still trying, and down the inside he goes. To the outside is Piastri. He's going to hold and use all the curb he can available. But West still trying it. Piastri on the exit is brilliant. And now West and Piastri swapping positions one more. Swapping and changing, swapping and changing. It's like karting all over again. And now Verstappen eating into the gap. 3 seconds now. And well, why have you might not have DRS range here, surely. But Piastri on the back of West again, forced to the inside wall. Look for Verstappen, boys, he's coming. And 2 laps to go. Piastri and West are fighting it out for the win. This could be an incredible finish. West pushing Piastri all the way, and he gets through. Finally, might we see a little bit of peace and quiet up the top of the pack. West, Piastri, Verstappen, now is your gap, and now is your leader. And West is on his way to finish his first race on the top step since Miami. Piastri then still going round the clock. And well, 2 attempts the answer. Verstappen's joined this too. I think Verstappen fancies it as well. Maybe a lunge down the inside, coming towards the last lap then. But West, Piastri trying it, and maybe not quite enough. West goes a bit deep, but he's going to have to hold it out. Piastri to the inside then. And well, Max Verstappen, and well, Hamilton's also coming into the mix now too. It could be another three-way fight for the finish. Here comes West to the outside. Norris to the inside. Here comes Max Verstappen. Is he looking to the outside? Is it not quite to be? No, it isn't. And well, West trying the inside now. Piastri's forced into it. Here comes Max Verstappen. Under the car. Down the inside he goes. Verstappen is going to be side by side with West all the way through. And Verstappen takes the lead on the last lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Here comes West to the outside. Almost, and maybe trying it side by side. The battle between the top 2 in the championship is going to ramp up here. Verstappen and West trying everything they can. West to the inside, down the right-hander, goes a bit deep. Verstappen is all forced out by West. And well, that is absolutely brilliant racing between the top 3. Piastri's gone from first to third in a number of corners. And now, Max Verstappen is right on the back of West with 1 DRS zone left to go. 1 more DRS zone then. Out past turn number 11 now. Verstappen right on the back of West. West has got no battery. And well, Verstappen, he's got 1 last run at it. As he comes towards the line, it's going to be potentially a British flag flying again in Zandvoort. West coming round the final corner on the banking. West wins his first Grand Prix since Miami. His second of the season. A brilliant day for West. And Verstappen comes home in second at the end. 0.1 of a second. That's so close between the top 2. And well, we've got a championship on our hands now. What a brilliant day for West. What a victory. Well, and finally, a second win of the season for West and for Ferrari. Well, it's been a perfect day for him, leading the pack over the finish line. Verstappen only 1/10 behind him. Well, Piastri rounds out the podium as well, and now we'll have a look at the order as we go down. Hamilton in 4th, making a resurgence, but not making it a 4th win in a row. Norris in 5th, Russell 6th, Gasly, Albon, Ocon and Hayes rounding out the top 10. A brilliant day though at the Dutch Grand Prix, and well, it means that we have a new championship leader for the first time in a number of races. West taking now the top spot on the standings. Verstappen drops to second, 6 points behind. Piastri making up some ground. Hamilton also making up ground on Piastri as well. Norris though looks to be out of the fight. Russell, Tsunoda, Albon, Antonelli and Gasly round out the top 10. But it could all change when we next go to Monza.